So maybe you can say some associating some kind of which is known as mnemonics, if you have heard this term before. So something you can say certain rules that we apply with certain words, जहाँ की we can understand कि वो word को कैसे थोड़ा लंबे देर तक we can remember. Because what happens usually when you remember the word only through the meaning, it can happen sometimes we forget after a few days, है ना? वो याद नहीं रहता है कुछ दिन बाद. So in order to remember it for a longer period of time, थोड़ा easy करके समझना है ताकि you can remember that meaning for like pretty long time. So that is what some kinds of rules, that is what mnemonics is all about. And there is no such hard and fast rule, right, which you can apply into it. ये completely तुम्हारे ऊपर है कि what kind of rule you are going to apply and how you are going to remember the words. Absolutely up to you, right? So I'll talk about certain words. I have jotted down some of the words that I want to discuss today itself in the class. So I'll first write. You'll just let me know whether you are aware of this word or not. So let me just first write the word here. So the word is spree. Now, please can anyone tell me, have you ever come across this word? Do you have any idea about this? Ashutosh, Ritika, Muskan, everybody, just let me know. Do you have any idea about this particular word? Yes. Please do respond so that I can understand that you are able to listen or hear me. Come on, tell me. Do you know the meaning of this word? Have you ever come across this word anywhere else, or you know the meaning of it? No answer whatsoever. Well, I'll consider that you all don't know, or you have not heard this term before. Now, something, let me tell you, spree is a word where we talk about something merry time, or happy time, something lively when we talk about. So that is what spree is all about. Merry time. Or if we say cheerful, or we say lively, right? These are the terms that are associated with the word spree. Now, how do you remember, or what kind of mnemonic can we use along with this word? Now, suppose if you consider the word spray. Now, spray or deodorant or any perfume, when do we use that? When we are planning to go somewhere, we are planning to visit any place, that is where we use this thing, right? And something which is, when we are into an invitation or we are attending a party, that is where we talk about this particular word. So it means something which tells us about something happy time or merry time, right? So that is how we can actually remember the word along with this meaning. Now, while I say this, there is another word which also has the same kind of meaning like spree. Now, what is that? I'll just write the word here. Perky. Now, this particular word is something you can denote it as a synonym to this word. Both mean something merry, lively, cheerful, happy, all these things. So basically, again, when we talk about perky, how do you remember it? It's more like associated with that Cadbury perk that we all see in the advertisement, and how the advertisement shows that once you have a bite of perk, your mood completely transcends into a very cheerful mood. You become very happy. So exactly, the word perky also means exactly the same, and probably, we don't know, but probably that is how the word has come into being. That we are in a very perky mood right now. That means we are in a very lively and cheerful mood. So these are the some words you can say. Now, if I talk about or ask about any kind of antonym of these words, any antonym, will you be able to associate it's something पूरा opposite जिसका meaning हो? Those who are online, they can also come up with the answers. If I write, you will find it so easy. See, dull. This is something, where something is dull means something is very boring और बहुत ज़्यादा monotonous है. एक ही चीज, it's being like repeated. So that is what it becomes. So you can say this as an antonym, or as I said, monotonous. ये तो सुना ही होगा monotonous word. Yeah, exactly. Monotonous means जबकि बहुत कुछ boring होता है. Even if I say tedious, something which is very long and same thing is being repeating. So these are the things which are antonyms of these two words, spree and perky. So just remember that instead of saying merry next time, you can use these words as well, spree or perky, which means lively, cheerful, merry, anything. And of course, these are the probable antonyms of these words, which show something dull, something boring and repetitive, tedious, all these words. Well, with that, I'll move to the next word. Are you sure? Are you not getting enough light, I guess? Yeah, Donna, you will get the light, enough light. I don't think you're going to have any friend because your Nikhil was there online. But now I cannot see him online also. So, इसमें आ जाओ. Okay. These are, oh my god. Take the evil's name and the evil is here. Come in the front. यहाँ बैठो, light है. There you don't get enough light. मतलब कुछ भी. अच्छा. Right now you are not there online? Yeah. Okay. Fine. So these are some of the words, the meaning, synonyms actually. Now with that, we can move to the next word. ठीक है? I'm going to the next slide. Meaning तो है तो तुम लिख लो. By the time I write the next word, I have jotted down some words that I want to discuss, and after that I'll go to the some other rules. Now tell me, पहले तो इसका pronunciation बताओ मुझे. What is the pronunciation of this? Yes, online students also please tell me. They are all silent. I think they have fallen asleep after joining the meeting. Bolo. Disseminate. Exactly. So, disseminate. Have you come across this word before, or any idea about the meaning? Well, I'll just tell you a simple rule. It will help you to remember the word for a longer period of time. So it's something like, देखो अगर pronunciation देखे, if I say disseminate and if I say the word seminar, somewhere similar pronunciation. Now seminar, what happens in a seminar? Usually somebody is there who gives any kind of a lecture or imparts knowledge, and there are people who are joining that seminar, or they are gathering over there, right, to know about certain things. So disseminate is something, seminar is something where people are gathering together. Now this is kind of a prefix, you can say, where sometimes it shows the opposite meaning, like advantage and disadvantage. Similarly, seminar ka tha when everybody is gathering together. Now when we use dis along with that, disseminate, it's like people are getting dispersed. So वो लोग मतलब फैल जा रहा है, they are not gathered anymore. So that is what exactly the meaning is, dispersed. मतलब फैल जाना, to be scattered everywhere. And of course, the antonym will be to gather, just the opposite of it. So you can associate this word with something like seminar, and there you associate the prefix dis, which usually shows the opposite meaning. That is how you can actually remember this meaning. Now disseminate, or also there is another way also to remember this. You know the word eliminate? Eliminate मतलब क्या होता है? जैसे reality shows में elimination round होता है, किसी को बाहर निकालना है. So we are eliminating, we are removing somebody. So it's more like that also. To disseminate is something where you are actually gathering, this like where people were already gathered, but you are letting them, we are letting them go out or scatter into different places. So that is what this is all about. Fine. So you can just remember this gather word, or इसका और भी एक antonym हो सकता है, like, you know, to collect together. That can also be one such meaning of opposite, right? Okay. Now I'll move to the next word. Okay, I'll just write the next word. This is very easy. I would just look for some more synonyms from you all. Aloof. This is a very common word, but नहीं common नहीं है. देखो. Aloof. Okay. Any idea? Have you any idea? Okay. Something you associate with alone or loneliness. Like somebody who wants to stay alone, you know, they want to live alone and separate from everybody. That is what we talk about aloof. That means they want to distance themselves from everybody else. So this is something, maybe one word we can come up with, any synonym is detached. when somebody is not attached with others. Now, while saying that, can I use alone as a synonym of this word? Aloof का क्या alone synonym हो सकता है? No. Alone is a different word. मतलब I am referring it just to remember. Alone is something who loves to stay lonely, who doesn't want to mingle with people. Or ये एक it can be a certain state of mind कि right now I am alone, which does not mean that I want to be alone all the time. But aloof is somebody I want to stay aloof from everything. तो मुझे किसी के साथ घुल मिल के नहीं रहना है. So it's more like that. So detached is the more probable synonym and not something with loneliness or anything. But how do you remember is alone or aloof दोनों का spelling is almost similar. So you can have a certain kind of similarity into it. So that is what it is all about. Now, if I talk about any antonym of it, any idea what antonym should I associate it with? Detach. हाँ बोलो बोलो. Exactly. Extrovert तो हाँ you can say. Extrovert ठीक introvert का opposite होता है. Aloof का नहीं होगा. So it is more like somebody who is very sociable, or probably somebody who is very friendly by nature. So these are the words which can be used as antonym of aloof. Sociable or friendly. Aloof means जिसको लोगों के साथ रहना पसंद नहीं है. Who wants to stay. Another word I can give as a synonym. Secluded. जो लोग seclusion में रहना पसंद करते हैं, अलग सबसे, दूर सबसे. So how is friendly associated with that? Friendly तो opposite हो गया. जैसे कि you people are not at all somebody who likes to be aloof. You want to be sociable and friendly. No? देखो मुंडी खिला रहे वो. Okay. Social work और बाप रे क्या social work किए हो? That is also social work. Yeah, right. That's how you actually involve everybody else. Those who want to stay aloof. You can actually drag such people into the main course. That is true. Okay. I don't know, see, right now the online students are all totally aloof from the class because they are not responding anything. So please come up with any idea or if you have any doubt, do let me know. So these are the words. अच्छा, secluded तो word form है. You know the noun form of it. इसका noun form क्या होता है? मतलब हाँ नहीं, secular is different. India is a secular country. Secular मतलब होता है जो कि बहुत liberal country है. It treats everybody equally. But secluded, it is actually the verb form, and the noun form is seclusion. Somebody who likes to stay in seclusion. Okay, that is called secluded. Okay, now I am moving forward to the next word. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is something fallow. Very similar to the word follow, but completely different in meaning. So, any idea? Even those who are online, any idea about this meaning? Or have you ever come across this word before? Fallow? हाँ, fellow तो पता है. So fellow मतलब क्या होता है? Exactly, fellow, like he is a fellow student of the class. So it's like another student of the class. Or yeah, it's fellow मतलब कोई भी एक इंसान, कोई बंदा. हाँ, साथ में जो रहता है. हाँ, that is fellow. But this one is fallow. So many other words, follow, fallow and fellow, all different meanings. So इसका ना how can you remember is actually you can just associate with this. इसका अगर हिंदी में तुम इसको pronunciation divide करो, how the Hindi pronunciation comes is जिसका फल बहुत कम है. That is when we talk about something which is barren land. Now what is a barren land? Barren मतलब क्या होता है? I don't know what is बंजर. मतलब जिसमें फलन कम होता है. Yeah, like which is less productive or not at all productive. Exactly. So barren मतलब जहाँ पर और some land which does not at all receive any rainfall. जैसे कि रेगिस्तान area, that is barren land. So जिसमें मतलब fallow is something when we associate the word fallow with it, we talk about less productive, or another word we can also use infertile. Right. So you can remember it this way with the Hindi pronunciation of it. जिसका फल बहुत कम है, low. And usually it is used in a negative form only. It's very less and almost like not at all productive and infertile. That is what it's called. And of course, इसका opposite क्या होगा? Infertile का opposite? Exactly. Antonym will be fertile. So that's how you can actually remember this. And another word can also be used with the antonym to cultivate, matlab to produce something in the land. So that is the opposite of infertile. Exactly. Usually something land or any particular region, geographical region, हाँ उसके लिए use होता है this particular word. So almost same meaning. These are all synonyms and these two can be antonyms. Now cultivate हम लोग जो बोलते हैं ना कि जब उसमें बहुत production can be done, that is called cultivate. So that's how you can associate this meaning. Okay, I am moving to the next word. अब इसका I have no mnemonic to remember. ये तो मैंने ऐसे ही याद किया था सब बहुत पहले से ही. First tell me the pronunciation. हाँ, yes, nonchalant. Here the pronunciation is sha. Yes, any idea about the meaning of this word? Nonchalant का मतलब? No idea. Okay. Now इसका mnemonic you can make on your own according to your own convenience. Nonchalant मतलब जिसका एकदम कोई attention नहीं है, बहुत least bothered कि क्या चल रहा है, छोड़ो कितना क्या दिमाग लगाना. It's like that. So Nikhil is smiling. I did not take anybody's name, but it's like that, Nonchalant is somebody who is एकदम bothered नहीं है, least cared about क्या हो रहा है, मेरा क्या जाता है. It's like that attitude. So you can use the word somebody who is totally indifferent about things. Okay, that is what is the direct synonym of nonchalant. Okay, there is another very good word I have also used with this, perfunctory. Now yeah, again दूसरा word है which is Ayush का expression was so it's like एक word ही काफी था, दूसरा word why are you even associating? So perfunctory is also somebody who is not देखो functory is something which is associated with the word function. Somebody जो function होता है या फिर job role होता है किसी का, somebody who is not doing their function properly, that is what is called perfunctory. So basically a person who is nonchalant is least bothered about what their job role is, what is going on around him, and they are completely nonchalant or indifferent about it. That is what we call nonchalant. Now comes the antonym of it. Any idea what can be the probable antonym of it? जो एकदम indifferent नहीं है, सब में बहुत हाँ common नहीं, common तो किसी का nature नहीं बोलेगा. You have to identify somebody's nature. I have while I was explaining, I have already used that word actually. Attentive. मतलब who pays a lot of attention to everything and they are very careful or involved about everything. Though involved is not a direct antonym of this word, but it still can be used as a nearby meaning, opposite meaning of nonchalant. So maybe if I use it in a sentence, probably I will use it this way. If I talk about the parent of the child was completely nonchalant about the rules and regulations of the school, which is like, they are creating certain problems for the school, for the child. So nonchalant मतलब उन लोगों का कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, whatever the school's rule is. कुछ होता है ना ऐसे parent की अपना खुद का rule बना लेते हैं and they do not follow the decorum. It's like that. So that is what nonchalant is all about. Fine. So I'm moving to the next word. Yeah. This one, tell me if you have heard this before or any such word. इसके similar एक बहुत word है. हाँ, semblance. Now कोई other word ऐसा याद आ रहा है जो कि इसके जैसा ही pronunciation में भी है and even meaning also it's the same. Now I'll tell you how do you remember this. Something you can like identify like same or balance. दो की spelling balance का नहीं है, but I'm just telling you to remember. Same kind of balance, like some kind of similarity is there when somebody is familiar with the entire thing already. So basically the word that I was talking about was this, resemble. Exactly. जैसे कि similarity जो होता है किसी के साथ, like his face resembles his father. So it's like that. Or maybe if I say alike, or if I say similar, same meaning, all. हाँ, exactly. Difference जब किसी का होता है, actually I'll not say different क्योंकि वो तो अलग form हो गया, semblance है, so I will say difference. I'll stick to that particular form. Exactly. जो कि which is just quite opposite to same. So I just said one sentence no right now that he resembles or his face resembles his father. Now you know the meaning of it कि जो पापा की तरह वो दिखता है. Now if I take any phrasal verb in place of resemble, what phrasal verb will I use? His face dash his father. Resemble की जगह क्या use करते हैं? In place of no when we talk about phrasal verb. Okay? His face takes after his father. मतलब वो अपने पापा के face पे गया है. It's like that. Now again don't confuse it with look after. Completely different meaning है. Look after is when you take care of somebody, right? And take after जब when somebody is very similar to look at somebody. That's how we talk about it. So that is what the meaning of and semblance and resemble are actually very easy to remember. अगर तुमको एक word का meaning पता है, automatically you know the next word as well. So if you remember these words, similar, alike, and if you associate them with resemble, you automatically know the meaning of semblance as well, right? So suppose if I tell you to make any particular sentence with the word semblance, will you be able to make any sentence using semblance? ये तो noun है, तो वो याद रखना. Old model. तो is semblance नहीं होगा. As I said, it is noun. Has semblance. The new model has complete semblance with the old model, only with some new feature. Yeah, something like that. Exactly. So that is what semblance is done. Same goes for resemble also. नहीं, if you use resemble, तो उसमें हो जाएगा that the old model resembles the new model because this is actually the verb form. ये है noun, but this is a noun verb form. इसका भी if you make noun form resemblance, same like that. बस यहाँ पर एक आड़ी use करना है. Resemblance. So that is the noun form of this, right? So that's how you can actually remember. So basically if you remember one word, you get to know the other words as well. Now next word, ramification. Now have you come across this word ever before? कभी सुने हो? हाँ, exactly, that very good acronym. Ramify is the verb form of it and this is the noun form क्योंकि लास्ट में शन है ना, इट्स नाउन फॉर्म. एग्जैक्टली, गुड. रैमिफाई करना मतलब या फिर टू डू रैमिफिकेशन ऑफ समथिंग इज समथिंग टू ब्रांच आउट समथिंग, मतलब डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देना. नाउ if you just remember it this way, I am sure all of you have played cards, right? क्या बोलते हो तुम लोग हिंदी में उसको? ओ ताशी बोलते हो. अच्छा, हम लोग भी ताशी बोलते हैं. पत्ता कुछ ऐसा भी होता है ना. हाँ, या दैट इज व्हाट. So when you play rummy or you play this bray जो cards होता है, first thing you have to do is you distribute the card. We don't know, maybe because of that the name has come as rummy because you have to distribute the cards first. Of course we don't know why the word has come, but it is with that you can remember when we play rummy we distribute the cards. So ramification also means उसको तुम noun बना रहे हो, to branch out things, to distribute things among people. So basically here the meaning is branching. Branch ko when we are making as verb, that is called to do as you said, ramify. Good. Now I'll talk about the, yeah, also there is another word. Now if I talk about certain antonym of it, वैसा कोई antonym होता नहीं कि like there is no direct opposite of this particular word. So it's more like you can say generalized term जिसका you don't get that another meaning or antonym. So you just remember it this way, bifurcation or to branch out things, to divide things or distribute things. It's more like that. Fine. So I'm going to the next words. अच्छा, I'm going to the next slide altogether. Actually tribal वो बोलते हैं, tribal people उसी से आता है. Like I don't know the Hindi of it, but yes, when we क्या बोलते हो, जाति भेद जो होता है, what do you call in हिंदी? जाति भेद itself? हाँ, तो वही. तो ट्राइब करना is something where you are denoting they are of different tribe, we are of different tribe. हम लोग ब्राह्मण है, वो लोग ब्राह्मण नहीं, नॉन ब्राह्मण्स है. So ये differentiate करना, that is what is tribe. And daya is something when we say no dialogue between two people. So daya is something where it is denoting something related to the number 2. So basically where two different tribe people are talking to each other, what happens? It is very common human psychology. They try to find fault of the other tribe. They want to show themselves superior. So diatribe is something, and this is, as we live in India, we know very well about this discrimination. This kind of discussion, when you are denoting somebody as superior, the other one as inferior, it creates some kind of bitterness among people, right? Or you can say harshness among people. So exactly that is what the meaning is. Something very bitter, harsh, or any kind of verbal attack. And also there is one more word. Exactly. This is a nice word. Harangue. Harangue also means the same, to use any kind of harsh comment against somebody unnecessarily. What is it? Remember, what will be the antonym of this diatribe? किसी का criticism करना, harshly attack करना. What is the opposite of that? It is something when somebody praises the other person, right? That is what it talks about, to say something good or appreciative about somebody. That is what this diatribe's opposite is, to praise someone, right? So if I say a sentence with diatribe, it will be clear, you know, how it is used in sentences. So if I say a sentence like that, she had made a comment which was extremely diatribe in its approach. मतलब वो ऐसा कुछ कमेंट की जो कि बहुत ही हार्श अटैक था और बिटर अटैक था towards somebody. So that is how you can use the word diatribe instead of using the very common words like harsh and bitter. And even harangue, this is here the U and E is actually silent. That does not come in the pronunciation. You pronounce it as only harangue. So that is also the same meaning where you are doing any. It is usually written or verbal attack. It is not the literal attack when you are doing somebody. Something when you are doing in the form of written way or in a verbal way. So that is what diatribe is all about. So completely a negative meaning. The word is itself a very negative approach it has got. Okay. So I'm going to the next word. Squall. Have you come across? Okay, great. That's great. So any idea about the meaning? When we say squall, I'll tell you, you associate with, as I said, diatribe, negative word hai. Similarly, squall is also a negative word. So basically, when you associate the word with something like quarreling, so what happens when people quarrel among each other? What is the usual outcome or what is the scenario that happens? It's firstly, it's very noisy, and the other person is yelling or shouting at somebody, right? So exactly that is what squall means. When you are screaming at somebody, to scream, or maybe to howl, or yell, anything like that. These are all synonyms to squall. And another word, holler. Now here in this, the R is silent in the pronunciation. Holler, it is known as. So all this, any word which is associated with screaming, shouting, anything negative, and somebody is doing it in a negative way, talking in a very high pitch in a negative way, that is called squall. Now, of course, if I am teaching in a high pitch, that is not something squall. I am not yelling, right? So that is what it is all about. Now, what is the antonym of it? Yes, when you talk about somebody's way of approach, yes. When you talk softly to somebody, or maybe politely, you talk to politely somebody, yeah, that is also squall. Okay, fine. So that is what the meaning is. Okay, I had also, oh yes, this is also another very common word, to have peace among people. Quite opposite to having quarrel or chaotic scenario. That is what we call squall. Fine. Okay. These words also you write, huh? These are uncommon words because you need to be familiarized with these new words as well. Okay. Next, we have got two more words only. Now, when we talk about promulgate, any idea of something? I think we have heard this word, right? लेकिन वो exact meaning sometimes we do not remember. So it's more like when people come to do any kind of promotion to promote their thing. So in a better way, it is more like to proclaim. जिसको तुम लोग क्या बोलते हो हिंदी में? I think कुछ घोषणा करना. Announcement. Yes, announcement is another nice synonym of it. Now tell me, will announcement and promote, will these two will have the same meaning? That means yeah, right, you are almost there. Announcing मतलब किसी चीज के बारे में लोगों को notify करना कि this is what is going to happen. But promote मतलब उन लोगों को जबरदस्ती दिखाना कि देखो I am doing something and you please take notice of it. So it is, announcement is more something where people will automatically take notice of because it is something new or it is for their need. But promote is not something like that. So I just said the word promote to understand, to make you understand that something related to promulgate, same kind of pronunciation. Promote or promotion or promulgate. Like we see all these Bollywood stars, they come to Kapil Sharma show, to promote their movie or their series, anything. So that is promotion, and promulgate is also, you can say, a better or a little modified version of that. When we proclaim that this is what is going to happen soon, to promulgate about the inauguration of Ram Mandir, just for example, that is called promulgate. You're just announcing it. You're not promoting ki tum log aao dekh ke jao, because Indian people will automatically rush to there, because they are so religious. So you don't have to promote separately. So that is what promulgate is all about. Now, I had written one antonym also along with that. Any idea what can be the probable antonym? Announcement का opposite कुछ? एकदम just the opposite meaning. क्या मतलब होता है conceal का? Okay, another simple word. Hide. Hide and conceal are synonyms. किसी चीज को छुपाना. To maintain the secrecy of anything. That is what is the opposite of promulgate. Fine? Okay. And with that we come to the last word. Yeah. Creed. Now ये word तो सुना होगा, caste and creed. ये सब बोलते हैं ना हम लोग. Discrimination between caste and creed. It's like that. Basically, creed, though it comes along with caste in most of the sentences, but creed is something, it is somebody's personal faith, somebody's personal ideology. For example, if I'm just for saying for example, of course I don't mean it, when I say कि I'm extremely committed to my work. Now ये सब लोग जब job interview वगैरह होता है तो the interviewee, he says, right, कि why should we hire you? I'm extremely committed to my work. I am extremely dedicated or passionate. So this is some sort of ideology we can associate somebody with. Sometimes it is not true. Sometimes it is given in a very false way. That depends on the person. But having a strong creed about somebody means a strong faith. जैसे कि if I tell you, just for example, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was a man of extreme honesty and fearlessness. So fearlessness, honesty, these were the creed that with which Subhash Chandra Bose was known as. So here we can talk about ideology. Now it is completely a personal note, somebody's own personal trait. Now, इसका जो antonym थोड़ा अलग है. I mean, the use of it is little different. Atheism. Now, हाँ बोला. Theism का opposite is atheism. मतलब usually somebody who does not have any firm belief on any religion or any god, that is called like non-believer of God. Atheist हम लोग जो इसको बोलते हैं. And theist is somebody जिसका बहुत God के ऊपर भरोसा है. Mostly we find such people. Now why atheism is associated with creed in case of opposite meaning? क्योंकि क्रीड का मतलब इज नॉट द नॉर्मल फेथ. जैसे कि हम लोग का ऐसे फेथ है किसी के ऊपर, ईश्वर के ऊपर. इट इज नॉट दैट फेथ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. इट इज सम इडियोलॉजिकल बिलीफ दैट वी हैव टुवर्ड्स समबडी और टुवर्ड्स सम एमिनेंट पर्सनैलिटी, जिसको हम बोलते हैं जैसे कि व्हाट डू यू कॉल देम, लाइक स्वामी विवेकानंदा, रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर. What are they called? I mean, in our language, we call them Monishi. Some saint kind of people who have done great revolutionary work. So it is that kind of ideology or faith towards such inspirational figures. Yes, things like that. Saint, that is what we call in English. Uska Hindi hai. And atheism is somebody who does not believe into all these things. They believe they are into their own certain perspective into certain things. So उन लोगों का ये belief नहीं है कि इसके लिए ये हुआ है. But they just think that the entire thing is happening because of it's a result of certain course of action. It is not about some god or some superficial figure. So that is how atheism is quite opposite to creed. Now, when we talk about that discriminating between the caste and creed, here we mean caste with that we talk about different people, and with creed we mean the kind of belief that the people have towards certain people or certain personality. तो उनके बीच वो दरार पैदा करा. That is called discrimination against caste and creed. Fine. Or how do you can also associate the word with it? The word cred. I think cred is also one company ना very famous जिसका बहुत placard लगा रहता है रस्ते पे, which gives the credit card. हाँ, credit card देने का जो है. So cred is something which means trust. Now, when does a bank give you credit card? When they have trust on you, your past transactions show that you can take things without paying money and you can pay it at the end of the year. That is what credit cards do, right? You can just pay it later on. You don't have to pay instant. So cred is something which means trust. So with cred, you can associate the word creed to understand the meaning in a broader way, in a more divine way. That is called faith or ideology of somebody. And the opposite is atheism, who does not believe into all these things. Right? So these are some of the words you can remember. And why it is needed, when you do certain unseen passages, there you come across a lot of difficult words. Or even you remember we were doing synonyms a few days back. So there also, if you know the meaning clearly, it becomes easier for you to point out. So that is something. How many words did we do today? I think Ayush has done from the first, na? 10 or so? 12. Okay, fine. Fine, 12 is enough for one day. You can remember it. I hope those who were online, they are also able to understand these certain mnemonics and you can remember them, for a longer period of time. Now with that, I would like to do a quick revision of this voice change that we had done. If you remember the rules, which I highly doubt. So I'll just ask orally. Okay, I'm not going into all the details of the rules. But yes, certain rules we'll be talking about. So if I talk about, I'm just writing the sentence straight away. Okay. Now, if you have to change, first tell me which voice is this. Nikhil तो शायद number 8 या 9 से लिखना start किया था. Have you written all? Okay. अच्छा, that's great. Bolo, this is which voice? First tell me. Active or passive voice? Huh? Active voice, very good. Now, if you have to change it into passive. Yes, very good. I was expecting this answer, but good, Nikhil. Of course, it will be being, because here we have put ing. So with that, let me also ask you, which tense is this? Exactly, past continuous. So continuous ke liye, of course, we have to use the word being. And the rest will be the same rule. A song was being sung by the man. Exactly. Now, if I say the man sings a song, in that case, what will be the change? Yes. First, तो ये बोलोगे कौन सा tense है? Simple present tense, हाँ. Present indefinite या simple present, जो भी हो. A song? Yes. In that case, the verb will be changed to is, because it is simple present. A song is sung by a man. Okay, by the man, whatever. Fine. With that, if I write this sentence, the girl has done wonders at such a tender age. Exactly. So only this is what we have to bring in the first. Isko, yes, at such a tender age, these things we will not bring. Wonders, and it will be changed to have, because we are talking about plural subject here. Wonders have been done, yes, by the girl such a tender age. Now, this was which tense? This active one? Exactly, present perfect tense. Now, if I give a sentence something which is a little bit, deviating from its rule, or maybe, okay, I'll just change this sentence a little bit. If I use it this way, if I say the girl has been doing wonders, so in that case, what should be the passive voice? I've just changed it to present perfect continuous.
Wonders have been being done. Wonders have been done by the girl.
What will be the spelling of that being we are saying? Being or being over here? B-E-I-N-G. Okay. No.
Wonders have been done by the girl.
Let me tell you, there is no such confusion at all, because it will remain exactly the way you said for the previous one. Answer will be same for both. Present perfect ho या present perfect continuous हो, it will be the same. Wonders have been, मतलब ये वाला been आएगा, not B-E-I-N-G. क्योंकि B-E-I-N-G is used in only in case of continuous tense. I mean only present continuous या past continuous या future continuous, not perfect continuous. Fine. For perfect continuous, we use this been typically. So here also the answer will be wonders, and as you said, yes, have been, जो भी हो फिर, I'm not writing, done by the girl at such a tender age. So that is what, even if I am, that is why I changed. I just wanted to see. Even if it is has done, या फिर has been doing, still you remain, keep it the same. Now I think you got confused because in narration we change it. Present perfect continuous होता है तो वो past perfect continuous बन जाता है. Probably, I don't know, you got confused with that. So narration जब होगा तब you have to change, each tense will change to the respective past of it. But in case of voice change, present perfect or present perfect continuous, they both have got the same meaning. So you do not have to change. Same answer for both. Fine? Okay, great. Now, if I just give one sentence, these are some different rules I had given last day. If I talk about here, the subject is not doing the work actively, but still it is active voice. क्योंकि मतलब helping verb तो है नहीं, main verb के साथ we have used s or es. So what do you do in such cases? Honey tastes sweet. कितना बार टेस्ट करोगे? You're almost there. Yes. Yes. Will क्यों आएगा? Will का तो यहाँ पर है नहीं, present tense है. So you also keep it present. And not the honey, because यहाँ पर honey है और honey के साथ the होता भी नहीं है. So honey is sweet when it is tasted. So it is tasted is the one where we are making from active to passive. That is the one particular case. So exactly, honey is sweet, yeah, when it is tasted. So basically you are changing from active to passive is this particular part, this one. That is what we talk about active and passive. Now similarly, if I tell you this one, the stone feels rough. Exactly. The stone is rough when it is felt. तो मतलब ये जो verb है इसको eliminate करना है. And after you eliminate this, and then you change it into a complete passive voice. So stone is rough when it is felt. Exactly. Similarly, now if I tell you one other word sentence like this, roses smell sweet. I said roses.
Roses are sweet when it is smelled.
तुम क्या बोल रहे थे? उसमें भी ईटी होगा. I said roses. Roses are sweet. इसके बाद बोलो. When अच्छा कौन स्मेल्ड वो भी रिमूविंग ऑल टुगेदर. इसका प्लूरल करो. दे आर टेस्ट, दे आर स्मेल्ड. मेक इट दे बिकॉज इट इज प्लूरल. एंड ऑफ कोर्स यस द मेन वर्ब विल रिमेन द सेम. मतलब उसका तो थर्ड फॉर्म में ऑफ कोर्स चेंज होगा. But this subject has to be changed because I said roses. That is why I gave that sentence. Because it has to be in accordance with the subject. So yes, roses are sweet when they are smelled. Fine. Now, one similar sentence like this, if I say, the bed feels smooth, or maybe the bed feels soft. Same like this. The bed is soft when it is felt. So these are some just a little bit deviation where you don't get the exact subject who is doing the work, but you have to still make it passive. Okay. Now if I say this one, क्या होगा इसमें? Exactly. Now here, where is the subject of the sentence? Can you tell me? Or is there any subject at all? बोलो. No subject? अच्छा आयुष? No. ये तो वर्ब है. वर्ब के बाद है तो इट इज ऑब्जेक्ट. ऑफ कोर्स देयर इज अ सब्जेक्ट. सब्जेक्ट के बिना सेंटेंस हो ही नहीं सकता. इट इज हिडन. When I say open the door, if I don't take name, मतलब मैं तुम दोनों को ही बोल रही हूँ. Of course, I'm not saying this to anybody else here. Nobody else is there anyway. So automatically here the subject is hidden. और तुम जब किए let what did you say? Let the door be opened. Same वहां पर भी you the subject is hidden. Let the door be opened by you. But that part we are not mentioning anymore. है ना. तो भी उसको हम लोग मतलब जैसे हम बंगाली में बोलते हैं उज्झो रखना, मतलब हिडन रखना उसको. You are concealing it actually. So same goes for any kind of imperative sentence when you do it in an order that bring the glass of water. So whom am I saying this? I am not saying it to Rahul or Rohan or Ram or Sham, because I am saying somebody who is in front of me right now. So you bring the glass of water. So what will be the passive voice of that? एकदम इसका जो आंसर था वैसा ही होगा. Let the glass of water. फिर तुम इसका आंसर फिर से बोलो एक बार. Let the door be opened. तो क्या होगा? Be brought. तो by you is not needed. मतलब इसमें you is already hidden. So you just say the actual one. Let the glass, I'm not writing water, be brought. So be is the one with which you are actually making it passive voice. For example, if I say he can do the work. इसका तुम अगर passive करोगे तो क्या होगा? He can do the work. हाँ बोलो. The work can be done by him. So can be उसके बाद we are using main verb ना. Modal verb है can. That's why. Similarly, it is also like that. So in this kind of sentences, we consider the main verb as a modal verb. इसके लिए before you make it third form, you have to bring this be. Let the door be shut. Let the glass be brought, like this. So these are just some deviation that we have for voice change. Rest all are almost same. We already know the rules. Now, if we talk about the very basic one, that he studies maths every evening, or he studies English every evening. So in this case, how will you change it to passive? Or if I say he studies English and geography every evening, how will you change it to passive? He studies English and geography every evening. Exactly. English and geography are studied by him. So here we don't need to add any being, kuch jhamela hai nahi, because it is simple present tense. So only being is for continuous and being is for perfect and perfect continuous both. So that is what you remember, and this is some deviation. Rest voice change is almost done. Fine. That is all. So if you have got any doubt or anything to ask, do let me know about those certain things. So we can discuss about that.